Now it's time to answer a question submitted by you. Today's question comes from Kathleen. Kathleen asks, how do I exercise self-control to stop buying things I don't need, especially things that are on sale? First and foremost, thank you, Kathleen, for your question. I'm going to answer your question with the top 3 ways that you can combat buying things you don't need just because they're on sale. First, it can be very helpful, especially on major purchases, to sleep on whatever it is that you're thinking of buying. Spend at least 24 hours between saying, hey, I want to buy this thing, and actually buying it. Your brain is going to get the sense of excitement when it comes to making a decision spontaneously. It's going to feel the sense of urgency if there's a deal. So if you just wait at least 24 hours between that little buzz that you get on, ooh, I should get that, and when you actually buy it, you might be able to get past that initial jolt of excitement and realize, I don't really need that thing, or there might be a better deal if I wait. And that can help filter out a lot of impulse purchases, especially when it comes to sales. Number 2, know that your brain naturally tricks you when it comes to transaction utility. Transaction utility is that sense of value and purpose that you see when you see a big sale. Amazon Prime does a great job of exercising your brain's desire for transaction utility on Prime Week. There are a lot of deals that populate during Prime Week, especially for those who are subscribed to Amazon Prime. Some of these sales, especially on things like technology, can be like 75, 80% off. And we get very excited when we see something like that, even if it's something that we don't need. In one of my workshops, the one that in particular covers frugality as the main topic, I discussed transaction utility. I actually wrote it during Prime Week. I found a TV that was on sale. I went to the deals, I picked the first TV, and I looked at the price history. What I found is that during the wintertime, there was actually a better deal on the TV. And just before Prime Week hit, the price was super inflated so that when the sale kicked in during Prime Week, it looked like it was a bigger sale. A lot of retailers will do this where they beef up the price so that the sale looks like it's bigger. The bigger the sale, the bigger the perceived savings that you have, the more dopamine that hits your brain when you feel like, ooh, I'm going to get a good deal. Just understanding the fact that retailers are exercising this spark of, ooh, I got to get it out of your brain, and you realizing that it exists, even if it is a good deal, that sense of urgency that you have, it's just a feeling, and it's one that might lead to buyer's remorse later if you act on it all the time. Finally, number 3, if you have a budget, you're way less likely to make impulse purchases on sales. Because in a zero-based budget, you assign every single dollar a mission. Every single dollar is assigned. You can't go and spend something that you didn't have in your budget without sacrificing another priority that you on paper, on purpose, already decided about. Having a budget is going to increase friction between you and an impulse purchase, because making that impulse purchase is just going to mean that you have to go back to the budget, rearrange things, and make decisions again that you already made. You're going to have to spend more time exercising intentionality and discipline on paper, on purpose. We don't want to do that. We don't want to exercise more time, effort, intentionality, and discipline budgeting than we have to. Because of this, budgets are a very powerful way to dissuade us from making impulse purchases. This doesn't mean that we can't ever make an impulse purchase. You can make room for it in a budget. But it means that you get to be very intentional and controlled about it. And don't think about it as something that's restricting your ability to make an impulse purchase. If you didn't have a budget otherwise and you made the same purchase, you're really sacrificing those same goals and dreams that exist. They just weren't written down. You didn't have to organize them, and you didn't realize that you couldn't afford to make that impulse purchase without sacrificing something that's a genuine priority over and beyond that impulse.